We're here down in Mobridge, South Dakota with Wade, who owns Wade's Lake Oahe Adventures. And Wade, what's the fishing been like recently?
Boy, I tell you what, the fishing's been really good. We're getting in that fall pattern now. The fish are really looking good. The fish are moving around. We've been fishing up in the tributaries of the river lately. But now that the water's getting colder, a lot of the bait's moving out to the deeper breaks. So we'll be starting to target a lot of the deeper breaks. Like today we were out and it took us a while to find the fish. Because they're moving from shallower water. It's cooling off, so now they're looking for deeper water.
So we used a system that's new to me. We used drop weights. I'm used to using long line trolling methods to catch fish with crankbaits. What's the advantages of using drop weights?
One of the advantages that to drop weights versus long line trolling is pretty much going to be like anytime you're fishing a sharp break line and you want, and like today the fish were really hugging tight to the bottom. So one thing I like to do is just walk that with a 3 to 6 ounce drop weight, and then I'd run probably about a 10-foot leader to the crankbait. And what that allows the crankbait to do is always stay in contact with the bottom. I mean, sometimes we're dropping off ledges that go to 54 foot and then we're up to 35 foot. So with that lead weight, I mean, it's really easy to contact the bottom. Another thing, I mean, that I like about it too is it's so easy to put out quick. I mean, you can pull in a fish and I mean, you can have 140 feet of line out in no time and you're right in the, right in the zone.
We started out jigging and then we went to pulling prop rigs, spinners, and Lindy rigs, and then we ended up catching fish on crankbaits. So what's the best tactic around here?
Well, from my experience, whenever the fish are bunched up on, different points and break lines, it's easy to go through there with bottom bouncers. You're on a certain break line. What we found out today is, we started out kind of, slower presentation jigs, and then we, tried to cover a little bit more water because we just couldn't find them concentrated in one spot. And that's how come during, at the end we switched over to cranks because they were moving up on the break lines, but they were really scattered out, so we wanted to contact as many fish as we could. And that was one of the tactics that I used a lot around here. And we're trolling, 40, 35, down to 50 foot. So we were using them three-way rigs, with weights to get our lures down there. And I'm telling you, people think whenever them fish are 50 foot of water, oh, there you can't catch them. Well, I'm telling you, you can catch them when they're that deep because usually they're there because the bait's there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Wade. This is Peter Olson reporting from Target Walleye.